Hi, I'm Bruce Hampton. I'm going to be showing you through your Beyond today. First thing I'm going to show you is your entry door, which is just like a regular car key. And you can lock it and unlock it from this key. It also has a panic button and also has an unlock button for all your doors. You also got a touch screen or a touch number. That way you can set your own code to get in and out of the coach. Your fuel fill is going to be right here for you. Takes regular gasoline. And you also got your hood release is right down there. So that way you can check all the fluids and stuff throughout. Hood release is right here in the middle. Your hood prop is here. Got your washer fluid, it's going to be right here for you. It's already filled and ready to go for you. And then you got your oil filled dipstick is going to be here. 5W30 is the motor oil you want to put in. Every 5,000 miles you want to change your oil. You also have your brake fluids here. And then you also have your coolant for your antifreeze for your engine is right here for you. You also have fuses and relays underneath this panel. It goes everything that's on your dash, your lights, your cruise control, and everything's going to be right here for you. If you need to take it to the Ford dealership for any recalls or anything else, just set up an appointment at your local dealership. Yeah, outside receptacles. Now we can plug in extra lights and stuff if you need it on the outside. And right next to that is going to be your Truma heater and also your furnace, all combined in one. I'll show you a little bit more in depth once we go inside. You also got your bike rack on the back end of it. Best way to pop that off, you just pop these handles off to the side. Same way on the other side, it comes down. That way you can put it only holds 2 bikes on the back end of it. And then you just tighten your inner arms up. That way you can tighten your bikes down. Now if you just want to take the whole thing off, these 2 nuts, or these 4 nuts right here, takes the whole thing off. That way you're not carrying a bike rack. You also got your unlock only on this side. That way you can open these up further if you need to put something inside. But you want to make sure that you got the bike rack off of this. It also has this little sticker. That way it doesn't hit the side of the coach. This right here is for your window screen on the front. Don't really have much storage back here, but you do have your winterization hose to winterize this. Inside, you'll see a valve that's right there. Turn that valve off, that turns this hose on. That way you can run antifreeze through your whole system. You don't have to bypass any water heaters or anything else because it's not like a regular one that has 6 gallons of hot water. So this just runs just like an on-demand water heater. You also got the screen that pulls down. That way you can leave these back doors open so you can circulate the air. And to close them, you just want to make sure you line these 2 up so they lock back in place. You also got a 7-pin on the back end of it and also a flat 4 for just in case you have to tow a tow vehicle or another trailer. You got your cable TV hookups here because you can't go camping without cable TV. Then you also got your city water connection. So that's going to be the direct flow from the campsite. You're going to hook up your drinking water hose up to it. You also want to hook up a pressure regulator that regulates the water pressure going into it. Also below that is that freshwater tank. That's how you fill your fresh water tank up at. So if you're traveling down the road, you want some water on board, you fill this up first. That way it pumps the water out of that tank throughout the coach. Right next to that's going to be black water tank flush kit. You want to use that when you're spraying out your sewer, spraying out your black water tank. Make sure your valve is open. You also want to make sure you don't use the same drinking water hose. You just get like a separate hose. That way it's not flushing back out. Power cord, unscrew it from here, just unplug it. That way when you're ready to leave, you always want to make sure you unplug it. And the best way to plug it in, go from the bottom, push it in and twist it, then tighten this up. Then right below this is your low pressure LP connector, and also where you fill your tank up at. So this is an option if you want to put an outdoor grill out. Just comes with a quick connect. You want to turn that valve on. That way you can start grilling outside. The red switch turns the LP tank on. All the way down is off. So if you want stove or anything, just flip this up. Also, this is where they fill it up, and then make sure it's a certified person that's filling it. And then it also has a gauge on the inside that shows you how much LP is inside. And right next to that is going to be a place to put your sewer hose at. So that way it's not storing around or rolling around inside. You do have a solar on the side hookup. That way you can go with the portable solar kit. And when instead of using the one up on top, you can do it out here. Just an option. And then you also have your outside sprayer. That way if the neighbor's getting too rowdy, you can spray them off if you need to. And it's just a quick connect. So you just barely push in, that releases it. Make sure you release the water out of that hose first before you put it back up. That way it's not rolling around on the inside. Right over here is where you're going to dump all the stuff that's in your holding tanks. You got two valves. Gray water valve is here. Black water valve is here. So you hook up your sewer hose here. Pull your black side first, and then rinse everything out with your gray water. That way it cleans the hose out. Then we're ready to see the inside. So you got a step light right here for you. You can run it on all the time, or if you flip the switch all the way down, it's automatic. It has a little sensor on there, so when you step in and out, it comes on automatically. You also have your screen, and then just lift it open, slide it out. You also got your fire extinguisher right there, just in case the campfire gets out of control. And then we also give you an adapter. It goes from the 30 amp down to the 15 amp, so you can plug it into your household. You also got your shower curtain right here. This type of toilet, do not use any household toilet paper. You only use RV toilet paper. Then to flush it, you have a step style right here on the side. Barely push down, that's going to add water. To flush it, push it all the way down. You got a soap dispenser, a mirror, and you also have your shower plus faucet. So that way you can run it out. For the shower side, just hook it right here. And then when you're taking a shower, This will sit out a little further. You barely push it out. That way you're not fighting with that door. So it'll sit out a little bit further. So when you got the shower door and everything, so you're not fighting. You got tank heats. It's going to be right here for you. This is going to be your freshwater tank heat and your gray water tank heat. You also got a Wi-Fi Ranger on here. So if it senses it, or if you find a Wi-Fi that has a campground that has Wi-Fi, flip that switch on. That's just a Wi-Fi booster. Right next to that is a Zentrix inverter. So that way you can run off the batteries and stuff when you're dry camping. You got the on-off button right here for you. Just have to read up a little bit. This will turn that inverter on as soon as you unplug it. That way it will be there. That way you're running off the battery voltage to invert the battery power to 110. It's the only one you only want to use that when you're dry camping, because you don't have a generator on here. This right here is your Truma heating and your hot water. Just push your button. It's the one that is flashing, letting you know which one you're using. So this is going to be the thermostat control for the heat. Push that, it's at 67. To set your temperature, turn it up or down. So this is strictly for the furnace. Then you hit your button again. Let's go over to the right. This is for your water heater. So you can set your temperature in your water heater. Economy is just in case if it's just you by yourself, you're not using the hot water. That way it only runs just a little bit. It doesn't heat up that water fully, but it's enough to keep it maintainable. And then this lets you know that you're going to be running off the gas side of the water heater, or if you turn the button again, it's going to be a mixture of electric and gas. Turn your switch again, it's going to be a mixture of gas and electric. And then economy 1, which is electric 1 and electric 2. And then you hit your button again, go over to the fan speed. The fan speed is only used for your furnace side. So let's say if you want to go economy, high. I usually leave it on economy. That way it'll hit that desired temperature and shut down for you. That way that fan's not constantly running. And then you can set your time if you need to. Set your start time for the heat to come on at a certain time and shut off at a certain time. And then you also have offset. That way you can set the temperature, brightness, 12 to 24 hours. If you want to change the language index or reset the whole system. The only time you need to reset the whole system is if you went in there and started messing with a lot of settings and everything. That resets the whole system. Of course, in all your books and manuals, that's where you need to refer back to. Then right next to that, it's going to be that solar panel. On and off switch is right here for you. So that shuts that solar panel up on top. This is your solar charge controller. So it's letting you know that you're charging. Your battery's at 14.1 right now. And then right next to that is that battery disconnect. That's going to kill the power for the whole coach. So if you're going to be putting this thing in storage, shut it off. It shuts everything off. To use it, just flip it back on. And then you got your light master. Turn all your lights on from there. Your awning, extend and retract. You also got lights on your awning as well. Now on the light master, you can shut it off from right here, the awning light or the porch light or ceiling lights or anything. They're all touch button. So we'll go back to home. That's where your awning extend retract is. And then this right here is your temperature control for your AC and heat, or just your AC, I'm sorry. And then you hit your thermostat control. I'll let you know if the fan's on auto. So that way, if it hits a desired temperature, it'll operate for you right there. And then you can go down to settings, just in case if you want to do a mobile app. That way you can stick it up to your smartphones, and then that way you can operate off your smartphone. Network diagnostic, just in case if we have to go in there and look at it, we can see exactly everything's working good. And then the Fahrenheit, if you want to change it to Celsius, you can. You can set your time if you need to. You also got screen brightness, so you can set your screen at nighttime and stuff like that. You can do auto dimming too. That way if it dims down when you turn the lights on, or in the morning or at nighttime, it gets brighter. Cleaning mode, let's say if you want to clean it, all you gotta do is just clean it for 15 seconds. And it's also got a plastic film on it that you can take off as well. Okay. Got your true induction stovetop. All you gotta do is hit your power button, but you want to make sure it uses the magnet style pans to operate, because right now it will not come on until you put that pan on there. That way little kids don't burn their hands or anything else like that. So you just hit your temperature control and set your temperature here. Now if you want full heat, hit your heat button and use these buttons to give it more heat. Got a lot of storage and stuff. Got your trash can's going to be there. A lot of storage. Then the refrigerator. As the temperature control is going to be right here. 7 is going to be the coldest. Gradually go down where you think is comfortable for you. It does come with a little ice maker tray. It's right there for you. And then you have your freezer right there for you. Then you got your household microwave. Pretty much all you gotta do is just set set the cook time, and then it also has the popcorn setting, potato setting, and a pizza setting. You also got an exhaust vent fan. Runs off of a remote control. All you gotta do is just hit your auto button. It automatically cranks up, and then you can also set your temperature as well. So if you want to actually turn the temperature down, that way you can set it. That way if it gets too hot or cold, it's automatically going to come on. It also has a rain sensor on there as well. So if it rains on it, it's actually going to start cranking down. Then you got your TV. So that way you can watch TV in the back. There we go. So this is going to pick up local channels, and you also have a DVD player up here for you. It also plays radio, and also has Bluetooth on there as well. That way you can sync it up to your smartphones and listen to downloaded music if you need to. Not too bad of reception being outdoors. And then this just folds back. Just like that. You also got your TV hookups going to be right there for you. The green button means it's going to be for TV antenna. Once you push that switch and once that green light's off, that means it's going to go to part cable. And you also have another touch screen back here for you. Everything that I showed you in the front will be back here as well. And you also have your up down button to make this thing into a bed. Right there for you. And you also have all your books and manuals going to be right here. So if something doesn't make any sense, refer back to it. If it still don't make any sense, start the campfire with it and give us a call. That's what we're here for. You also got your other keys and remotes. These are your remote start buttons, so you can start it up when you're in the house. And that concludes all my presentation.